Good day, this 171st day, meaningful moments, 365 days. Yesterday and still today, feeling the impact of journeying. And that's journeying, not just the journey, but when we become aware of the journey as it's sort of unraveling in front of us, and we're aware where we are journeying from, to, and in this moment. And so yesterday was a big adventure, and we sort of switched plans around for Father's Day because the weather seemed more conducive to all the outdoor activities that we were going to do yesterday. So we started out on an adventure, and it was really symbolic or representative of this journeying that we do. We woke up early, began a long bike ride, and had a beautiful breakfast and kayaked and got back on our bikes. And all this time we're traveling up the river in the kayak and then on the bikes again and back, and stopped later on for a little bite later in the afternoon and continued this. And all along the way, at every stop, there were stories that I heard from the people that we encountered, and we got into some really interesting conversations with different people, and they were all points along this journey. And we were journeying, and in that moment we were journeying together. It was impactful because these stories were part of just all the different kinds of things that each of us encounter, and what happens when we just listen. It's kind of magical how all of a sudden we see the relationship with others and the different experience we have that we can associate with. And it was such a moment of the fullness of this human experience and journeying. And so there was a really sacred space that was created, and a really rich fulfillment to be able to impart with one another parts of that journey. And at the same time, I was fully aware that, this is what journeying is. And somehow, by the time we got home late in the evening, I was so full. I felt this fullness, and kind of, when you're kind of saturated from the sun and being out all day, but it was a fullness and a saturation also from the impact of all the inspiring stories, the different people. They were like characters in a book while we were journeying. So we're doing this every day with all our loved ones, with our neighbors, our friends, our co-workers, everyone, our pets. So it made me feel last night before I closed my eyes that I was just so thankful and felt so rich with this life. When we look at the journeying in this way, it just sort of lifts everything and allows us to see a fuller picture of our interconnectedness and how sweet and precious life is. So for all the fathers today out there, we wish you a most adventurous, sacred journeying with your children, and all the learning, all the growing, and all the transformations that are occurring in this moment. May you all be well, and may you all live with the fullness of that sacred journey. Aho.